What's up, everybody? Welcome to another video of how to get faster. Today, a big special request. We have 100 meters. Guys, we're doing a lot of new things, so make sure you go into the community tab, especially since we're in the off season. We have a lot of updates coming, and that's where we usually communicate with you guys. If you want to get any more information, just like, comment, and subscribe, and you can be able to keep up with everything we're doing. All right, 100 meters. And just like every sprint race, we have to start with the blocks. Now, the blocks are very important, but I want to put something very, something for you to think about while you go into any sprint event. The start is important, but it's not everything. You can have a decent start and still win, but if you have a bad start, it's going to be kind of hard to win. So always make sure that you're trying to keep in mind that the start doesn't have to be perfect for you to win, but you do need to still work on good positions. And if you want to know more about how to get out the blocks better, make sure you go check out our video on how to start. All right, so of course the race begins at the start. You'll get in the blocks. The starter will say on your mark, you get in, it'll say set, you raise your butt, go. You blast out the blocks. As you're going into the first 10 meters, my biggest goal as a sprinter is to try and reach the 10-meter mark in 7 steps while being powerful and fast. You can't be over powerful because then your stride will be too long, and you can't be too quick because your stride will be too short and you won't reach it. So trying to get to 10 meters in 7 steps, that is the big goal. And if I can get over 10 meters in 7 steps, oh, I know that I am flying down the track. So if you watch any of my videos and you know where the 10-meter mark is, make sure you go and look it up. See if I'm actually making it. Am I actually reaching my goal? But back to the 10-meter mark. Boom, we hit 10 meters. I'm still driving in my drive phase. I'm down, my shins are coming through low. I'm trying to get them in front of my body about right there. Starting to come up. Not too much though, because I still want to be able to keep that forward momentum. So now we're going into about 10 meters to 20 meters. And in this moment, I am trying to put as much force into the track as possible. I mean, this is where I'm going to accelerate. I'm really going to find that speed. Those first 10 meters was more about form and accuracy. Now I've gotten my pace and I'm just trying to put in as much power into the track as possible. We're coming into 20 to 30 meters now. This is when my body is going to try and start naturally coming up. You don't want it to happen quickly. You want it to happen naturally. It's not going to be me lifting my head up and my body's just going to come up. It's my body is going to naturally come up, and then I bring my head up. And that'll be once you cross the 30-meter mark. Now we're going into the 30-meter mark. We are transitioning, as some people would say. So now my knees are starting to come up. I'm starting to move down the track. I haven't hit my perfect position yet, but I'm trying to. I'm getting in position to start really kicking it into speed. After we get to 30 to 40, that 40-meter mark, that's when you're now going to start being able to be like, okay, let's hit it. Let's really go after it. Let's put some power into the ground. I'm no longer trying to set my body up. I'm set up. Now let's run. Now I'm only worrying about picking my feet up, forcing them to the ground, and the force that I put into the ground is going to spring my knee back up as long as I keep good positions. Good positions is very key. So again, trying to put as much power to the ground straight down. So my coach likes to say 12 and 6. That means 12 o'clock is up in the air. 6 o'clock, straight down into the ground. I want my feet to be landing right underneath my hips. Because if they're not, that means that they're too far forward. That means you're stopping yourself. If they're too far back, that means you're wasting all your energy out in the air and you're going to start jumping. So again, I want my feet to land right underneath me. Now we're reaching about 50 meters. We're gaining momentum. You're still in that, okay, I can still give more, I can still give more. You're reaching 60 meters. You're like, okay, I can still give more, I can still give more. Right about 70 meters is when you're gonna find you're probably getting close to your top end speed. Now you have to make the very important decision. As you look to your left and your right, and you realize where you are in the race, you have to decide, am I going to try harder and win the race wherever you are? Am I going to try and maintain my speed to make sure that I last the whole race with as much speed as possible? Or am I just gonna try and, grudge it out and put, grain and grit all the way? I can tell you right now, if you're graining and gritting, you're doing the wrong thing. That's the fastest way to lose as much energy as possible in the quickest amount of time. The correct answer always is going to be, I'm going to keep positions and I'm going to calmly try and pick up my pace. You don't want to do it all at one time, because again, you're just going to waste a lot of energy really quickly. You want to calmly and patiently try and add just a little bit more speed. So again, when we were in the 50 meter mark and the 60 meter mark, how we're doing 12 to 6, putting as much force into the ground as possible. You still need to be doing that. You still need to be trying to keep that same rhythm, because if you try and overrun it, you're gonna run out of energy. If you try to underrun it, they're gonna run away from you. Finding that natural rhythm and just adding a little bit more energy is where you really want to give all your momentum. Finally, we're getting into 80 meters. You have probably hit your top end speed. If you haven't heard the phrase that once you reach your top end speed, there's only one place to go, and that's down. Once you get to the top of a hill, you can only go down the hill. The only way that you can keep yourself from losing the speed is just by maintaining what you have. There is no going faster than your top end speed. You just want to either hold it or slowly descend down the ramp of what is top end. So now this is when you're going to see people dying out left and right. They're going to be fighting as hard as they can. All I want you to do is think, I'm exactly where I need to be, no matter if I'm behind, with, or in front of people. I only need you to think, I'm exactly where I need to be, and I'm just going to continue what I have. Finally, you're going to reach 90 meters. And this is where people throw everything they have out the window. They let go of form. They forget what their coach tells them when the race started. They forget what their training was about. But this is when you can be the most deadly. Because while they're all dying, you're going to say to yourself, all I got to do is exactly what I've been doing. You don't got to change nothing else. Just do exactly what you've been doing the whole race. Maintaining your form, keeping your stride length, keeping your pace, adding just a tad bit of more energy. Because while you're doing that, everybody else is going to be trying and be using all this energy, and they're going to be twisting from left to right, and their head's going to go in the air, and their feet are going to go backwards, and their knee lift is going to go from here to here, and you're just going to be running very calmly through the line. And as you are running your calmest, you're going to pass the line, you're going to realize you're going to be in first, and you're going to win the race. And everybody's going to be like, oh my gosh, you look like that was so easy. Well, if you did it right, it was easy. All right, guys, that's how you run 100 meters.